This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Good evening, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the POSTCAST, brought by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. My name is Tim Daniel, and tonight's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code Locked On to get $20 off your first purchase. Well, on tonight's show, we got a lot to talk about. Sal Stewart and Ty Steve have big games. Rhett Lowder has a quality start. Hector Rodriguez, it's his first big league homer. We get an unbelievable game from Elly De La Cruz, but we got to start with the fact that, well, it's a cycle!
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
JJ Bleday hits for the cycle, the 8th in Reds history, the first since Elly did it 3 years ago against the Braves at GABP, the first on the road for a Reds player since 1915, and it was awesome. It was awesome. It was almost like I was wondering if he was going to get a second homer there for a second, because he goes 4 for 6. He hits a homer off Zach Littell, which was like hilarious because, you know, that's what Zach Littell does. Remember when Zach Littell started game 2 of the playoffs last year against the Dodgers and Andrew Abbott never got a chance to pitch? Still bitter. But anyway, JJ Bleday gets 6 at-bats in this game too, mind you. His 4 hits, ends the cycle with a homer, which is amazing because John Sadek's like talking about it and has no fear with jinxing it because that's what John Sadek does. John Sadek doesn't jinx. John Sadek speaks it into existence is what he does. And so we get JJ Bleday hits a line drive homer off Zach Littell over the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a cycle. And then we see that he just kind of has a single. And I remember he'd been slumping for a really long time going to this game. Like he had a really struggling August. Going in his last 15, he was hitting 204, 283 with a 352 slugging. And then tonight has this huge game, making his last 7 look a little better, right? 320, 370, 560 slash line, a homer, being that one tonight, 4 RBI, 4 runs scored, 8 hits and 25 at-bats. Pretty awesome to see. It was an unbelievable game. I'm so happy we got to have that experience. I love when you get to see historic things like that in baseball. Like I still fall for no-hitters. I love 4 home run games. I love 3 home run games. We don't see those a whole lot anymore either. And cycles are still so special. It's so rare, right? Like you don't see them all that often. And the Reds have had 2 in 4 years? Elly 23, 24, 20. Yeah, 4 years. So pretty cool. I don't know if we're talking enough about this moment, honestly, because he's, you know, for him to kind of go out there, have the stretch he's had of late, and then take care of this, having a historic moment, a thing he's never going to forget. And look, you know, Jeff, Steve, and I have all been on record to say we thought the Reds should have moved him at the deadline. Tonight, I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad that he's still on the team. I'm glad we got to have this moment. It was unbelievably cool. Shout out JJ Bleday. Congrats on your first big league cycle. And look, we got more guys to talk about. Let's talk about Elly De La Cruz.
It's time to reveal who made the biggest under-the-radar impact with today's X Factor.
As JJ Bleday hits for the cycle, Elly De La Cruz is just a triple away from the cycle. And you could tell in his last at-bat there, he was going for it. He was trying to get that hit there. You could see how aggressively he was swinging. And you know what? When you're 4 for 5 going into that last at-bat, all bets are off. Swing your butt off. Get a big play happen. Also, the homer he hits off Zach Littell, I know it said 450. I would not be like shocked if it was like 600. Was it really? No, absolutely not. But the way it sounded off the bat, how high it got in the air. I haven't gone in Savant like to look at the launch angle. Just a bomb. And another guy who, like, I got to shout out my guy, Reds Daily 4, Greg Kuffner, good friend of mine, works with me over at SI, where he kind of made a point today. It's like, you know, this offense has really struggled with Bleday and Elly kind of being in slumps in August, and both of them have games like this. Ellie's honestly been played pretty well his last 7, but last 15 don't look very good. This is going to be pretty interesting. So 169, 242, 254 slugging, but his last 7, 276, 344, 448. Starts the game with a double, then gets a single, and then hits that smoke shot and gets another single when he's getting in that 5th at bat. I thought this was a great Elly game. It was a great, Reds game all around. But you look at the top of the order, which we're going to talk about Stewart and Stevenson a little later too in the show. All those guys did big things. Matt McClain homers today as well. He's definitely swung the bat later of late. He's been slugging of late. It's the thing that's really jumped out to me. If you look at Matt McClain's numbers, he's slugging 542 in his last 7 and 440 in his last 15. So he's got something going here. And I know he's a guy that we all kind of are waiting for the breakout to come, and it never does. But I hope this is a sign of things to come for him, man. Because if he's good, the Reds got something there. He's got his OPS up to 658. No one's like writing home about 658 by any stretch of the matter. But that's pretty awesome. So shout out to all those guys for big games today. But look, we got a milestone tonight to talk about. Another one, I know. Hector Rodriguez hits his first big league home run. We'll talk about that right after this.
I was juggling a couple different apps the other day, and then I realized to myself, why don't I just use our friends at Clutch Parlays, because that is their expertise. Instead of going to multiple different apps to check different injuries and betting lines, I can see it all in one with our friends at Clutch Parlays. And a little bit of bonus there is they give you data to back their bets. Maybe you want to do a double for a star player that night. They can give you the percentage of what they hit on for that exact bet. And that's why I love our friends at Clutch Parlays. But here's the offer for you. Find the best line and build smarter parlays. Track every bet and make more informed betting decisions, all with ClutchParlays.com. Right now, Clutch Parlays is offering a great deal for Locked On listeners. Your first month free on a monthly plan. They want to make sure that you get a real chance to try it out and see what it can do for you. Go to ClutchParlays.com today and use code Locked On to claim it. ClutchParlays.com. Bring together live odds, line shopping, predictions, bet tracking, analytics in one place so you can bet with more confidence.
I got a really bad confession to make, folks. I've got a really bad sweet tooth. And if you've got a sweet tooth like I do, you know how tough it is to find that perfect treat without all the sugar. That's why Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shot brings that nostalgic flavor back in a whole new way. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots treat your taste buds to an explosion of fruity flavor with a tasty caffeine kick. It's a quick, easy way to satisfy that sweet craving while keeping things simple and on the go. A zero sugar treat that's sweet tooth approved. It's also super, super convenient. You can keep it in your pocket. Like Steve says when he's at work at the day job, he keeps it in his pouches and his scrubs. It's small, it's portable, and whenever you need a little pick-me-up, it's right there for you. So get candy-flavored chaos with Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots available online or at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. This episode is also brought to you by our friends at Stance Socks. Oh, don't mind me while I decorate myself with all my favorite Stance socks today as we discuss today's icon of the week. Check out this As the official stock partner of Major League Baseball, Stance knows greatness isn't built in a single moment. It's earned over time through consistency, preparation, and showing up every day. That's why each week we're recognizing one player whose performance embodies that same question. Today's special icon of the game is none other than JJ Bleday as he hit for the cycle. It's a cycle. JJ Bleday has always been slumping a bit, but what a better way to bust out of a slump than with a cycle. The everyday icon is presented by Stance. Check out the icon collection from Stance. Premium comfort, performance, and durability designed for whatever your day brings. Use promo code LOCKEDON at checkout for 20% off. Stance, the official sock partner of Major League Baseball. Learn more at stance.com. Thank you for making Locked On Reds your first listen each and every day, whether you're catching me the next day on the Reds Postcast or Jeff and Steve Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds. We definitely appreciate getting to hear from you all as well. And don't forget, you can join the Locked On Everydayer Club for $5 a month or $50 a year. Get access to ad-free episodes of all of your favorite Locked On shows, as well as our Discord chat that's in there as well. Go to lockedonreds.supercast.com to learn more. Hey, so I'm going to call myself out here.
Uh-oh, somebody messed up, and it's time to let them know with who fudged up.
Tim Daniel fudged up because if you watch that Stance ad, I got it wrong. My sock fell off my shoulder. I was just trying to have some fun, people. And it did not go very well. But I had a blast. I love Stance socks. I will always give them some love. I really enjoyed their product. Let's talk about our guy, Hector Rodriguez. Now, I've been very patient with one Hector Rodriguez, right? I knew how talented he was. I knew he had it in him. We were just waiting for that big moment. He obviously got his first big league hit when he came up last week. He got his first big league RBI. He's not striking out a whole lot. You knew something was coming, and then he gets that first big league homer today. That was so nice to see. A tank job at that. I mean, he hit that pretty hard. And you look at kind of with him, Josh says, I really hope he got that ball back. Yeah, I did too. I think everybody deserves to have their first big league home run ball. But a 110.7 off the bat, 424 feet, a 21-degree launch angle. Okay, I finally got the numbers for Elly's too while we're here real quick. 115.2 miles an hour, 427 feet. Yeah, okay. And a 36-degree launch angle. Pretty awesome. JJ Bleday had a 24-degree launch angle at 370 feet and 103 miles off the bat, if you're wondering. But for Hector Rodriguez to kind of have that, it's always cool when you see these guys like I just talked about. I love monumental moments. I love adding to players' legacies. I think it's one of my favorite things about baseball. And to see Hector Rodriguez get his first big league homer was cool. And then he obviously has a hit later, another hit in the game, draws a walk, and I believe got hit by a pitch. No. Okay. Did not. Thought he did. But gets on base 3 times. That's kind of how you find your confidence level here. That's where you kind of find that going. So hopefully this is a sign of things to come. Obviously was leading the bats and homers when he got called up. And we know the power's there. He's got a little bit of a wild swing, but also understands the strike zone pretty well too. So I'm confident he's going to find his way. And that was really nice to see. So shout out Hector Rodriguez there as well. Let's talk a little bit about Rhett Lowder too, because there's so many guys to talk about tonight, and he did his thing as well.
This is what you'll be talking about.
So who was in the chat earlier mentioned it? Scott did. Shout out Scott here. He said, there's Dave. Let's go cycling. I did like that. He said, Lowder has shown improvement during the second half. He really has. Tonight gets a quality start. I know there's 4 runs on the board, but he only gave up 3 earned, does have a walk, only had 1 strikeout, but he mixed his pitches so well today. And that's what I really liked about him. He's kind of, I know his numbers don't look necessarily great with his ERA of 5.13 for the year, 5.13 Cincinnati. Anyone else? But I do like how he's mixing his pitches. And that's kind of one of those things where he has it's like a bad start here and there. So it makes his ERA look better than this. Also, hot take. Sometimes the ERA is a little overrated, right? Sometimes we see guys with numbers like this and you're like, that guy's better than that. But I thought Lowder was really solid tonight. Obviously, a big ballpark can certainly help that, like Arizona, compared to when you pitch at GABP. But I like that he's not just like one of those guys that's reliable at the strikeout. There's nothing wrong with those Chase Burnses, right? That know they're going to strike everybody out. But he just has a way to mix his pitches, get ground balls, and just kind of get through innings. Josh right there. Josh is on a roll tonight, people. Very Bronson Arroyo-like. I never thought about that. But now that you said it, I don't think I'm going to be able to forget it. So nice for him tonight as well. Luis May, again, does an inning with 2 strikeouts. He's got his ERA down to 3.26. I feel like he is a back of the end rotation, bullpen kind of guy. Last 7 outings, 10 2/3 innings, no earned runs, 18 strikeouts to 2 walks, and just has a .84 whip. Man, what he's been doing has been awesome. And you see Tony Santillan out there, his first game back. You kind of suspect he's going to have a tricky game. I'm not too worried about it. Does an inning, has 2 walks, does give up a run. So be it, life happens. Just good to see him back. Lord knows the Reds need more bodies in the bullpen. And then Tejay Antone has a nice bounce back inning after he kind of slumped last week with the strikeout. Does have a hit, but gets the last batter of the game on a strikeout, and it was pretty nice to see. I'm fully confident Antone's going to find his way again. I think the fact that you're just seeing the fact he's gone through everything he's gone through and he's at the big league level, that just shows you how talented he is and how good of a pitcher he is. So I think he's going to be just fine. That was a really nice day for him to kind of get that 9th inning. And like Dave says, like low pressure, low stress, just go out there and get 3 outs and get ready for tomorrow. Want to talk real quick before we get out of here. South Stewart, 3 hits tonight, 3 for 6 with a walk. That was really awesome to see. I mean, 3 for 6 with an RBI. Sorry. I thought South Stewart swung the bat really well. I know he didn't go over the wall like all the other guys did, but he certainly had a nice game. So that was nice. And then Tyler Stephenson again, 2 for 4 with 3 runs batted in tonight. We talked about this basically all since Father's Day, right? He's just found his groove and he's swung the bat really well. If they're not going to trade him, like we talked about the deadline when they didn't move him and we all thought they were going to move him, you better sign him. You know, I'm not just saying because of tonight, but we've seen this for a while now. I think that could be, I don't think he's like an all-star catcher by any stretch of the matter, but a good hitting catcher is so few and far between. I really like to see the Reds keep him around. So that would be really awesome. But tonight's a great night to be a Reds fan, right? They are victors. We get to see a lot of monumental moments and adding the players' legacies, whether it's Elly, whether it's JJ Bleday, Hector Rodriguez getting his first homer, Matt McClain finding his powers of late. And then South Stewart, another RBI tonight. Really nice to see. By the way, chat tonight was lit. You guys were awesome. I loved all the comments. I didn't get to display all of them, but I really enjoyed getting to chat with you guys. That was really nice to see. And there's my guy, Johnny. I always like to see Johnny here nightly, in good or bad. But the Reds are victors tonight against the Arizona Diamondbacks, 11-5. The Reds have 11 runs on 16 hits, 1 error. And the Diamondbacks have 5 runs on 10 hits, no error. Rhett Lowder is your winning pitcher. He is now 5-8 with a 5.13 ERA. Mike Soroka gets the loss. He is 8-4 with a 3.40. He's been really good for a while. So the fact the Reds were able to take him out of the game as early as they did is really awesome. And then we have a chance. We have a rubber match tomorrow between these two teams at 4:15. And I want to go ahead and get this out of the way because I always hear about it when the game's on Reds TV. Yes, they are on Peacock tomorrow at 4:15. So I'm just a messenger. But Andrew Abbott takes the hill for the Reds. He is 6-8 with a 4.07 ERA. He'll be going against left-handed pitcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks, Mitch Bratt, who is 1-2 with a 4.17. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I know it's a little late because we got this West Coast stretch between here and San Francisco, but I'll be here after every Reds game, whether good or bad. And again, please make sure you are subscribed to us here on your podcast app of choice or on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, I just politely, please like this video. Go ahead and hit that subscription button as well. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you get an active, when every single time I go live after the Reds game. But on behalf of Jeff, Steve, and myself, thank you all again. I'm Tim Daniel. Go Red Legs. I'll see you tomorrow.